Hi everyone, welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Hot Toys Black Panther original suit. Let's get started. So this is the Black Panther original suit, 6 scale figure by Hot Toys. This is interesting. It's a movie masterpiece series based on the Black Panther legacy. Usually these movie masterpiece series, you see they name it after a particular movie. So it might be a character from Endgame, they'll say movie masterpiece series Endgame, or Infinity War, or Civil War, or Return of the Jedi, or then the television masterpiece series they'll say, you know, the Mandalorian, or you know who, Moff Tarkin, or someone like that, Moff Tarkin. But this is interesting here, they're saying it's the Black Panther legacy, so they're not tying it to any particular film, although it does say Black Panther on it, because this suit, while we first saw it in, I think it was it Civil War or Winter Soldier? I think it was Civil War, yeah, it was Civil War. When he first made his appearance, we saw this suit. We also saw this suit at the start of the solo Black Panther film, before he got that the necklace suit, which basically, you know, appeared, it was like nanotech, it appeared from the necklace, and it had that feature that he absorbed kinetic energy and it turned kind of purple, and he was able to distribute that then during battle. I've only sold 4 figures in my collecting career, whatever you want to call it. The DX02 Batman, because I saw a better version coming, and I now have the DX19 now. The original Ledger Joker, not the DX11, long before that, not the bank robber one, because I saw a better version coming. And then the in-art came out, I wasn't expecting that, happy days. And it's the Dark Knight branded Batman Begins suit. So basically the package said the Dark Knight, but the suit was actually the Batman Begins. That was a beautiful figure. Bit of a statue, articulation wasn't great because I anticipated better versions, and now that new one had been released as well. And the final one was actually the Black Panther from the solo film. There was a few reasons for that. I didn't think the head sculpt it wasn't bad, but I thought they could definitely do better. Second reason then was, as much as I loved the feature, because if you remember, if you have that, it had the 2 kind of pillars, and then when you plugged it in, it shone like a black light onto the figure, and it glowed as if it's absorbed kinetic energy, and it was stunning looking. However, I had measured it up. This is before I got detofs, when I knew I was going to get detofs, and I'd measured it up, and it wasn't going to fit in the detof, and I'd be thinking, oh, that's not really going to work, because one of the reasons I bought that, because I really liked that light up feature. So I decided to sell it, but then unfortunately Chadwick Boseman passed away. And if you remember at that time, I think one of the most shadiest things that Toys Wonderland has ever did was they increased the price literally overnight based on his death. I thought that was really shady. That was probably the most shady thing they ever did. I still buy from them, obviously, but I did think that was particularly, that was in bad taste. Now, they did release a statement, but anyway. In eBay at the time, the prices had increased rapidly as well. It was a bit, it left a bad taste in my mouth, so I was ready to sell it, and I just didn't. I waited a few months. I think I waited maybe about 6 months, and then I sold it, but I sold it for a fair price. I sold it for $400, because that's pretty much the price he was going for before Chadwick Boseman's death. Rest in peace. It just, yeah, I could have offloaded it for like $800, $900 or whatever it was going at that time. It did not sit right with me at all. So I sold it for the price that I felt it was worth, and the price it was kind of trending at before his death. And the reason I did that was the same reason I sold the other 3, because I anticipated better versions, not only better versions, but versions that would suit my own collecting needs. I didn't need the pillars with the black light that glowed, because it wasn't going to fit in the detof, so it wouldn't work for me. And I thought maybe they'd release, say, another version from Endgame possibly, which would be a bit cheaper, and maybe like without the kind of the base, because even now, like, you probably, if you've been following the channel, you know I don't tend to get these big awkward bases a lot of the time. Like, for example, perfect example, the 3 Spider-Man, so the integrated suit, Toby and Andrew, they all come with big massive bases, which are, you know, the Lizard is what's that base, over $100 on its own. I won't be getting that. The Sandman that comes with the deluxe Toby, I'm going to get the regular version and save myself $140, and the same with the integrated suit. So these bases, look behind me, I tend not to use them, so I was basically downsizing and waiting for this, and I'd kind of nearly given up hope on this, because, you know, who knows what happens, his estate, or what the rights are Now I kind of basically given up hope at this stage, because who knows what the rights are when someone passes away. Does it go to their family? Does it go to their agent? Does it, so I kind of given up hope. But I'm happy for this release now, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick it up, because it's the original suit. I actually really like the shield it has, and that kind of ceremonial mask, even though he didn't actually wear it with the suit, but we're going to get to that. So yeah, this is an interesting one. They're doing a lot of 2.0s. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think anything is immune to reissue. So if you are looking back at something, to a figure that has been released in the last few years that's starting to trend up in value, and you're thinking to yourself, you're going to pull the trigger, maybe just reevaluate. It's a possibility that they may do a 2.0. There's no guarantee. Right, so look, this is the pre-order product. It's $285. It's expected to ship sometime between July and December of next year. That's July 2023 to December 2023. Obviously a pre-order product, $285. Let's take a quick look at everything that comes with. First of all, that looks stunning. Even though he never used this shield with this suit. This shield was when he battled Michael B. Jordan's character at that kind of duel ceremony there on the kind of waterfall to get the title of Black Panther. And the spear here, this it's kind of like a staff, it's more like a spear, I think, like a short spear. That did come with the version, the necklace version, the nanotech version with the kinetic energy suit. Right, so look, this is everything that comes with. First of all, I do think it is the same head sculpt. And again, it was one head sculpt it wasn't a bad head sculpt, but it wasn't like a 10 or a 9. It didn't knock me out of the park. But I think just on the prototype images, and yes, they are prototype images, it does look like they have improved the paint apps. I think this looks more like Chadwick Boseman than the head sculpt that I had from the original Black Panther movie with the kinetic energy suit. So this is based on the Civil War look, or the look of the way he looked, the original suit, the way he looked in Black Panther. And actually, I like this as well because it's the original look of the character as he first appeared in Civil War, and obviously as at the start of Black Panther. And I like the way it's branded Black Panther though, because I could just get this, and that could be just my representation from Black Panther. Like, I probably won't go deep into this line. But whereas if it's Civil War, I don't have any Civil War figures, so I actually prefer that it's actually branded Black Panther for multiple reasons. I mean, for the cultural significance of this particular movie. So you have obviously the likeness of Chadwick Boseman. You have the suit, which is the same as his first appearance. He also comes with a bunch of swap out hands, a base that I will never use. Man, come on! Like, if I sold the big awkward base, as cool as it was, I'm probably not going to use this, and I won't use this. Obviously the suit, yeah, first appearance. You have the spear, which is the same spear as the character, the Black Panther figure that I sold. You have this shield here that he never actually wears with this suit, and then the ceremonial kind of I suppose it's a ceremonial helmet or mask that he battles. So these two pieces, I see a lot of people are going to get this, and they're going to probably kit bash that version of T'Challa. Now, I do think it's a bit strange. As much as it's a nice touch, this is the second time now in the last week that we've seen a kind of a 2.0 version of something where they included items and accessories that never appeared on screen. If you remember the Captain America stealth suit, which they branded Endgame because he appeared wearing that suit for like a matter of minutes in Endgame. He came with not the stealth shield, but the original shield that he never had anyway on screen, because at that stage he didn't have it. He lost it in Civil War. He kind of basically dropped it at Tony's feet after defeating him in battle. He hadn't got it back yet. He does get it back from Tony in Endgame, but he hadn't had it at that stage. So that's a bit unusual. Also, the original golden Infinity Gauntlet, he never held that either. So here, this is kind of similar. Yes, these two pieces, the ceremonial mask and shield, appeared in the movie, but he never actually held them wearing this suit. Thought's a bit unusual, although I still think it's cool. Would I still pose him in this suit with the ceremonial mask, or even with the regular mask with the shield and the spear, I probably would, just because it looks cool. Do you know what I mean? Not everything has. I big into screen accuracy. That's how I collect. That's why I'll never collect the nanotech Listerine Iron Man, the Midas kind of. Like again, I'm not sure if that one appeared on screen, but it's just not for me. Or any of these clones that are shiny or chocolate or whatever. Like, I prefer screen accuracy, but every now and then I'll do something a little bit different. Like, I just like this particular accessory. Let's take a look at some of these photos. It looks stunning. I'm just looking at all the texture here. The kind of necklace. It's kind of very like a tooth kind of a necklace around his neck. I like the lines, silver lines breaking up just the black color of this, and even like there's different types of textures. This almost looks like a honeycomb. It's not honeycomb, but it looks there's all this like little rivets and stuff in it, so it's not just like a matte black. Then you have the lines as well, the kind of black lines in it. I think there's a lot going on in the suit, and the lighting here in this particular photo really shows them off. You have the shield, obviously. Look, all the kind of, it looks like a wooden look as well, with like some sort of, is it a metal pole or something attached with steel, probably vibranium, no doubt. And the same over here with this kind of spear, which did appear in the original version of the Black Panther figure. That actually, it's funny, I think this is the same. This looks really good from the top half, but it kind of gets posed a bit awkward there. It's a bit of an awkward looking pose when you see it full. They could have done something a bit better with this. Strange the way like some of the blogger photos lately, the prototype images have amazing backgrounds, but then this one just has the kind of just like a black backdrop or something. So I would have preferred if they had done what the backgrounds with like an action pose or something like that. This looks cool. It's a beefy looking figure. So has the claws as well here. Yeah, that's a pretty cool pose. Very like it's something you'd see in the movie. Yeah, it's a menacing looking suit. And I think it's more accurate to the comic books. Again, feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. Yeah, like this here, like even though he didn't don that mask and that shield while wearing this suit, I would definitely pose it like that. It just looks cool. It looks very striking. It looks very different to a lot of things in my collection as well. I definitely think they've improved. I think that looks a lot more like Chadwick Boseman. I definitely think they've improved that head sculpt. When I say that, maybe it's the same sculpt and they've improved the paint apps. I do think it's more lifelike. I still don't think it's like a 10 out of 10. I don't even think it's a 9 out of 10. I think it's a solid 8. I think it's better than the last one, but I don't think it's like 100%, and it makes sense if it's the same sculpt, because the last sculpt wasn't 100%. Maybe I'm wrong on that, like, but I just like the texture on the beard and the hair and the paint apps. It does look very strong. I'd say it's around an 8. To keep looking at it and look back at some photos of Chadwick, but it does look good. Yeah, I like the way you can put on the mask and you can see the eyes underneath. That's a nice touch. So some of the improvements here. So this is the original Civil War one, or no, this one would be the MMS671. So enhanced muscular body. So this is the MMS671. Enhanced muscular body. Okay. Improved suit texture detail. I think that's the main thing for me that really pops out. Newly added foot articulation. Enhanced muscle suit. Okay, so the proportions should be better. And then what you have, this kind of claws, and yeah, so it just goes, it's just saying it's enhancing the suit. So like all in there, like I said, I've only ever sold 4 figures, and the reason I've done that is because there was better ones I kind of not necessarily predicted, but well, the Batman ones are fairly obvious. They seem to be going into the Nolan line, but I kind of anticipated better versions of these figures which would better suit my collection on the horizon. So I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this. So out of the 4 figures I've sold, 3 I have basically procured better versions of. What I haven't ordered the Batman Begins suit yet, but I imagine that's, unfortunately, I think that could end up in the bargain bin, so I'll be looking at that. And this one, I do think I'm going to pick this one up. So this would be my representation of Black Panther or T'Challa. Why? Numerous different reasons. I liked the movie. I really liked Chadwick Boseman. I think given the fact I liked his performance in Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, Black Panther itself, I think given the very untimely death of someone so young and who was in a film which had so much cultural significance, there's that as well. So it's not just a nice looking figure, there's a lot of meaning behind it as well. And I really think they've knocked it out of the park with the enhanced changes. So 285 as well. Yeah, I can definitely do that. So yeah, I do think I'm going to pick this one up. That's all I have to say about it really. So Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this one up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. That's it. See you in the next one. Good luck.